We are in yet another gift shop, waiting to get into Niagara's Fury behind us. It's been a long time actually that I've wanted to do this attraction. It's been here for over a decade, I believe now. So yeah, it's been a long time in coming. It's another sort of simulation experience, except basically instead of being pelted by water from Lake Erie, as we were just downstairs from here, we're going to be pelted with water in a simulation manner, in a 5D, 6D, 20D multi-sensory experience exploring the history of the falls. Looking forward to it nonetheless. Of course, I'm not sure that we're allowed to film inside, but I'll give you my review on the way out, and as much of the experience as I can before I meet you on the outside.
Should we be going over the falls for your photo? And 3, 2, 1.
I gotta hand it to the patience of the Niagara Park staff. I believe that it takes a lot to work in these facilities. We are in yet another poncho, and I have to say that if you are a poncho collector, you may want to get down here because you get two in one go with both of these attractions, and it's different colors in each of them, so poncho fashion is happening everywhere down here. Alright, I'm goofing around here in my poncho now. I'm getting a little too comfortable doing multiple vlogs in one day. It's about to start. It's weird because, you know, there's going to be water as part of this presentation, yet there's carpets on the floor. So I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out, because it doesn't seem like it's going to be all that wet. It's just going to be mist, maybe. Anyhow, we'll see what happens. Niagara's Fury. Here we are on the other side of Table Rock. Quite an effective presentation, really a two-part film. The first part being a cartoon, essentially, or a CGI cartoon, starring Chip Flattail, basically a very predictable Canadian character of a certain type of animal that goes on an adventure discovering, as part of a school project, what Niagara Falls is all about. And then we are invited. You kind of get worried halfway through, and you're like, is this it? Like, are we just going to stand here in ponchos and watch this cartoon? But then finally doors do open and you go into the theater proper. Kind of very impressive. I think it would be kind of cool if there was a ride of some sort actually in there, instead of just the giant platform that you stand on with a couple of sort of stanchions to hold on to. Yeah, there's a 360-degree screen that wraps around you, water, light effects, strobes. They do warn you there is no filming, and there is strobe effects and water that will make contact with you during it. But it wasn't really that severe. I actually took my hood off. It was pretty tame, considering, like, if you go on like a big water ride, like say a giant wave, it's nothing compared to say something like that. But pretty effective simulator actually in that setup, because even though the floor just vibrates just somewhat, there's nothing really substantial so that way you have to get buckled in or anything. Yeah, I definitely felt some motion effect, especially during that final sequence where you're going over the falls itself. They really probably should have had that steam and mist effect come in more effectively at that point of the film, because right at the beginning they'd really kind of blast you with this really powerful explosion of light and mist, which was really impressive, and quite the opening. And then yeah, it kind of meanders and then gets back to some effective sort of lightning effects and that in one sequence. But yeah, some of it was good, some of it wasn't so great. It was still cool, but it wasn't like anything more than just watching like water trickling over sides of a wall with a screen in front of it. And my one thing I got to pick at is that there's a couple of screens where the chroma was completely off, so you're getting like purple like bright purples and greens where you should be getting actual natural colors there. Definitely off-putting, which is something they should have fixed for what is an $18 attraction if you want to do it on its own. $17.95 Canadian plus tax, as I should mention. So yeah, that is it. Niagara's Fury outside, I'd say it was a pretty good attraction. I would rate it highly. I'd say it should be a little bit cheaper. You definitely should have it as part of the package deal, so I don't feel so bad having paid $18 plus tax on its own just to do it, because it was definitely not, say, worth that, I would say, because the actual experience itself was like 7 minutes or so, which is pretty pricey for, yeah, 18 bucks. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the review. So many more on the channel of individual attractions here in Niagara as I visit today and tomorrow.